Hello everyone. Today we are going to deal with Prasad's drama. Drama presents fiction or fact in a performable form with a plot, characters, dialogue, atmosphere, and outlook on life. We have a unique blend of all these elements, and this actually allows drama to engage audiences in a way that other forms of literature cannot. Unlike novels, plays are intended for public performance rather than private reading. This is a very crucial distinction as it shapes the way playwrights craft their stories and convey their messages. While novels can be savored in solitude, plays rely on the dynamic interaction between actors, audience, and setting. So, what is drama? Drama is a collaborative art that requires the combined efforts of authors, actors, and stage managers to produce the total effect. This collaboration can lead to a rich and multifaceted theatrical experience with each contributor bringing their unique perspective and expertise to the production. So, playwriting requires economy and strict limits, omitting superfluous details to deliver the message within a short time frame. This constraint can actually be a liberating force, prompting playwrights to focus on the essential elements of their story and convey their ideas with clarity and precision. In contrast, novelists have more flexibility in terms of length, detail, and style, as long as they can hold the reader's attention. Without the constraints of time and performance, novelists can explore complex themes and ideas in greater depth, creating a rich and immersive reading experience. So, drama relies on action, dialogue, and stage directions to convey meaning, whereas novels rely on narration and description. This difference in approach can lead to distinct narrative styles and emotional resonance, with the drama often emphasizing the dynamic interplay between characters and setting. The dramatic form allows for immediate audience engagement and response, whereas novels are typically read in private. This live interaction can create a powerful and shared experience as audiences react and respond to the performance in real time. Finally, drama can encompass various genres such as tragedy, comedy, and historical drama, each with its own conventions and expectations. This diversity allows playwrights to experiment with different forms and styles, pushing the boundaries of the dramatic art and exploring new ways to engage and inspire audiences. And we have two main types of dramatic types. The first one is tragedy, which explores the dark side of life, evoking pity and awe. Then comedy, which focuses on the light side of life, aiming to evoke laughter. So, tragedy and comedy are two fundamental types of drama. Tragedy typically involves characters who face unhappy circumstances, evoking feelings of pity and awe. In contrast, comedy features characters who overcome challenges, ultimately evoking laughter. Historically, tragedy has focused on the lives of characters of high birth and station, while comedy has often featured ordinary people. In classical tragedy, the focus was on the lives of the famous and powerful. This is evident in Greek tragedies and works like Milton's Second Penseroso. However, later developments in literature saw the emergence of tragedies that focused on the lives of ordinary people. For example, Thomas Hardy's novel Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which was successfully dramatized, features a dairy maid as its heroine. Similarly, comedies began to feature characters from high society. Shakespeare's comedies, for instance, include memorable characters like Falstaff, Sir Toby Belch, Portia, and Rosalind, who are all people of rank. This shift highlights that tears and laughter can transcend social boundaries, making characters' experiences relatable regardless of their background. The 18th century saw the rise of a new type of tragedy known as domestic tragedy. This genre attempted to use the characters and incidents of ordinary life as the subject of serious drama. Overall, the evolution of tragedy and comedy has led to a diverse range of dramatic works that continue to captivate audiences today. The dramatic art can take many forms, including serious drama. George Low's London Merchant is a famous example of a serious drama that was praised by men of letters and royalty alike. Some notable playwrights, such as Masefield and Galsworthy, have also achieved success with serious dramas in their own time. It is worth noting that plays of this type were often written in prose rather than verse. And let us check out the tragic and comic atmosphere. Tragedy and comedy are two distinct forms of drama, as we have said it. Tragedy has a somber and serious atmosphere, while comedy is mirthful and light. According to Aristotle, tragedy purges the emotions through pity and terror. Comedy, on the other hand, moves us to laughter. In English literature, tragedy and comedy are often intertwined. Many tragedies have comic interludes, and many comedies have a background of tragic possibilities. This blending of genres suits the English temperament and reflects the realities of life, which is never wholly good or bad. Despite their differences, both tragedy and comedy aim to give pleasure. While it may seem strange to find pleasure in tragedy, it can be a lofty and noble experience. The spectacle of a noble character struggling against circumstance can be a powerful and moving experience, elevating the audience to a higher level. Tragedy and comedy are two types of drama. Tragedy makes us feel noble and exalted, while comedy makes us laugh. In ancient Greece, tragedy helped people deal with their emotions, while comedy corrected social mistakes. Tragedy and comedy often teach us a lesson. They show us how to live and how to behave. Even in sad stories, good can come out of bad. And in the end, life goes on. Verse and prose are used to write tragedy and comedy. Shakespeare's plays are a great example for that. Today, tragedy is written in different styles, making it more flexible and powerful. In Shakespeare's plays, both verse and prose are used. Prose is often used for comedic characters like clowns or rustics. Over time, verse became associated with tragedy while comedy used prose. Playwrights like Congreve wrote prose that was imaginative and witty. However, it was not until recently that naturalism became popular in theatre. Before that, playwrights used more ornate language. Tragedy eventually transitioned from verse to prose. One of the last successful blank verse tragedies was Stephen Phillips' work in the early 20th century. modern drama is primarily written in prose. While this has meant a loss of poetic language, many impressive tragedies have still been written. Thank you.